Hi folks, and welcome to another of my full collection videos. Just doing a quick pre-introduction here. This was originally supposed to be only one video focused on all of my puzzles between 500 and 1500 pieces. However, had I tried to include all of those puzzles in one video, then the video would have been around about 2 hours long. So what I've decided to do is split the video into two. Now, I had already recorded the intro when I decided to do this, so in a moment you will be greeted by a past version of me who was blissfully ignorant of this decision. So in this video you will see all of my puzzles between 500 to 1000 pieces, and you will also see all of my 1000 piece Ravensburger puzzles, with the second half video covering all of my 1000 piece puzzles in other brands and also my 1500 piece puzzles. I hope to bring that video out on Sunday, so you'll have a bit of a double whammy on videos this week. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I shall now pass you over to past me. Hi, welcome to Vicky Makes and Builds. Right, I am back with part 2 of my full puzzle collection series of videos. I have done one video so far, and that covered everything up to 500 pieces or thereabouts. There were a couple of puzzles I had that were just slightly over that. And so now I am on the next group of puzzles, which is basically everything from those ones, sort of roughly 500 pieces, up to 1500 pieces. Now I'm going to do a similar thing I did in the first video, and that is I'm going to kind of just do groups of them at a time. So what I have in front of me here is everything below 1000 pieces. So I've not even got to the 1000 pieces yet. And already there's quite a few. As you can see, they're all arrayed around me. Before I go into that, I just wanted to say that at the end of the last video, I was at a count of 154 puzzles in my collection up to that point. Now, that has changed slightly in the interim because I have had a new 500 piece puzzle, which is here. So I'm just going to quickly show you that now. I actually speed ran this very recently and I got my personal best time on this. It was a very special moment because I finally broke the hour mark on this puzzle. I did it even under 50 minutes, which I was totally amazed by. I think it worked out at something like 49 minutes 38 seconds. So I was so chuffed and so happy. All of my 500 piece Ravensburgers tend to stay in my collection because I can use them for practice, for speed puzzling. So this one also will stay in my collection, but this adds to the 500 piece puzzles, which takes me up to 155. However, I've also got rid of a few, and so there are 4 that have actually now come out of my collection. I got rid of the 2 Wentworth wooden puzzles, Autumn Forest, and also Lazy Reeds. And I also got rid of Junk and Disorderly and Smoky Mountain Cats, both of which I did in that first video. So have a look at that. If you missed those, if you've missed that entire section of this series, please do go and have a look at that video. I'm going to link it in the description. But that basically brings my current total as it stands right now to 151 puzzles. So the count is going to start from 152 going up when we start these ones. So that is just something I wanted to add. Now I am going to start on my left side this time around, these puzzles just here. But before I do, here's a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Serious Readers, the lighting company. I recently pulled out one of my wooden puzzles to do. This beautiful round puzzle by Wentworth. Anyone who's ever done a wooden puzzle knows that they often have crazy random shapes and the pieces are also quite thick. I took advantage of some natural light to start with, but when you have thick pieces, it can cast shadows when the light is coming in from only one direction. So I brought in my trusty Sirius HD light to help make up for the areas that the natural light just couldn't reach. And when the natural light was gone, the flexibility to change the angle of light, the intensity of the beam, and the brightness was all I needed to pick up where the sun left off. One thing I also noticed from using the light to work with random shapes was that I was able to more easily find the piece I needed. Often the shapes can be confusing, and it takes a while to find the right piece for the gap. But the daylight replication technology in the bulb really made the details stand out and helped me to achieve a smooth, enjoyable build with zero strain on my back or eyes to see the pieces properly. And as always, the end result was just beautiful. So if you'd like to see how a Sirius HD light can help you to enjoy your puzzles even more, then I've got an offer for you. You can get £150 off a Sirius HD light, and if you live in the UK, you can also get free delivery. Just click on the link in the description below and use the discount code Vicky. Alright, so let's now just start with the two nearest to me, and that is these two here. These two are 750 pieces, and they are Seco puzzles. Now, these were the first two Seco puzzles I ever had in my collection and that I've ever built. They are both Colin Thompson puzzles, very generously gifted to me from Daryl and Leslyn, two of my members over in America. And I think I was doing the Bizarre Town puzzle at the time, and which is also by Colin Thompson. And so they had some Colin Thompson puzzles that they wanted to send me as gifts. One of them I'm going to show you in a wee bit. That was 1,000-piece puzzle. These two are the 750-piece puzzles. They are called Image in a Dream. So it's kind of like Imagine a Dream, but it's like Image, IMAG, and then In a Dream. It's like a series, a collection of them. And they're both called that, both the same piece count. This one here is called Big Red Box, and this one here is called Pepper Dreams. Now, I have built both of these. That one I built as in one of my Serious Readers lamp segments. I can't honestly remember what video that was in, but this one I built in part 2 of my Bizarre Town puzzle build. That was really fun because Pepper Dreams is actually, it's a smaller picture and it's actually part of the Bizarre Town image in the middle. There's slight differences, but for the most part, you've got the same things going on in the image. And what I thought I would do in that video was build this puzzle and then put it on top of the Bizarre Town puzzle and see if anybody noticed that there was a puzzle on top of it. It was actually really hard to spot, but it was kind of fun. It's kind of fun making that video. But yeah, I would like to keep these because I do love Colin Thompson. I really do like Colin Thompson's artwork. I've done a few of his puzzles now, and I've never tried a Seco as well, or at least I hadn't beforehand, and I just thought these were nice ones to keep in my collection. So I'm going to keep these, but I have built them both. So that is those. Then I'm going to reach over here. I have two. These are slightly odd piece counts, but that is because they are puzzles with a bit of a difference. These ones are Ravensburger puzzles, and they're both escape puzzles. So they're like exit room puzzles or escape room type puzzles. And I got these both from a charity shop. I just found them on various trips I've been out on to the charity shops. I didn't get them at the same time, but they have been in my collection for a good while. I have done an escape room puzzle on the channel before, so I guess I'm probably going to wait a bit before I do another one. But I'm actually looking forward to doing them because I really enjoyed that first one. That one was called The Witch's Kitchen. This one on the left is a level 2 difficulty, and this one's called The Observatory. This one on the right, the puzzle is level 3, but the solving of the escape side of things is level 4. So that one seems like it's going to be more difficult. I think The Witch's Kitchen was a level 3, I think. And this one is called, I think it's just called The Submarine. The artist of this one is Stefan Thurer, and the artist of The Observatory is Jonas Jodica. or Jodica. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that. But those are my 2 escape room puzzles, 759 pieces by Ravensburger. Again, charity shop purchases, so no idea if they're complete, but I certainly hope so. So we'll pop those back over there. And then the last batch on this side of me are all Ravensburgers again. These are all 750 piece Ravensburgers, and they're all from the same collection called Art and Soul. So I'm just going to bring them round, move them over here. So these were sent to me from Ravensburger UK. I knew that they were going to send some puzzles. They had asked me which ones I had of the Art and Soul collection, and I didn't have any. So they sent me 4 of them, which was really, really generous of them. So thank you, Charlotte, for sending me these. And they just picked 4 images, because there are more than 4 out at the moment, but they just picked 4 images, but they're all gorgeous, and I'm happy with all of them. Now, they're such lovely boxes. They've got the whole pattern wraps around. They're all really bright, lovely pieces of artwork. And there's a really strong focus on the artists of these puzzles. So inside you have a poster. On the back of the poster, it talks about the artist. It talks about their inspiration for the image on the puzzle and all of that stuff. So that's something that I really appreciate about these puzzles. They're also square. That's another point to make. They are square Ravensburger puzzles. So yeah, they've gone for something a little bit different with these ones. But anyway, I'll just tell you which ones I have. So this one is called Flower Festival, and it's by Poppy Magda. Really, really nice. Got lots of butterflies and flowers. Then we've got this one. This one's called Bird Watching, and the artist is Sasha Fortova. Then we've also got this one. I think this one's my favourite. Such gorgeous bright colours. This one is called Amazing Nature, and it's by Petra Braun. And then we have this one with the lovely elephant on it. This one is called Around the World in 80 Days, and the artwork is by Ross Murray. So those are the 4 Art and Soul puzzles that I received from Ravensburger. Now, I would like to do one of these on a live stream very soon. I'm currently doing, on my Thursday live streams, I'm currently doing a Clementoni, but after that I'm hoping to put out a poll and you can all choose which one you would like to see me live stream. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so that is all the puzzles on the left side. Now I'm going to move over to these puzzles here on my right and these 2 at the front. And the reason I'm doing all these in one is because they are all from the same collection, and that is the Crypt puzzle series. So I'm going to start off with these ones. These ones were the first original Crypt puzzles to come out. These are called Think Crypts, and there are 4 in total. So this is just Think Crypt. I also have Think Crypt 1, which is here. I have Think Crypt 2, which is, oops, this one is just the lid. I had to, I can't hold them up like this because the pieces would just make them fall over. And this is Think Crypt 3. So I've got 4 in total, and I believe that's all of them. I don't think there are any more Think Crypts. Now, this one is interesting because they all say 1997. So they all must have come out either at the same time or all during the same year. This one says that it's a 700 piece crypt. So actually for a long while, I thought this was a different cut pattern to any I'd done before. But in fact, it's not. It's the same or extremely similar cut pattern to the pink and the silver. It's 654 pieces. So why they chose to just round it up to 700 on the first one, I don't know, because they very quickly stopped doing that. On Think Crypt 1, it actually says 654 pieces, so that's the same cut pattern. Think Crypt 2 is 631 pieces, and 3 is 736. So these are familiar numbers to me. They're familiar cut patterns. 631 is the same as the gold and the gradient, and 736 is the same as the metallic mint, the black, and also the neon green. The funny thing about these ones is the Think Crypt 2 is actually, I love the Think Crypt 2. I can't wait to do that one. It's like a bluish purplish colour. It's a really, really nice colour. The Think Crypt 3 is pink. Now, there is already a pink crypt in the newer style boxes. However, this is a slightly lighter pink. So I like those because they're just a wee bit different colours. The Crypt and the Crypt 1 are silver. They're silver. And again, funnily enough, in the newer style boxes, there is also a silver one. And the silver ones all seem to be the same cut pattern. So I've said this before, I don't really understand why they chose to bring out 3 of essentially the same puzzle, but they're not really, there's no kind of difference in shade, they're all just silver. So that's kind of, it's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. You could say I've got 3 of the same puzzle, but because I'm a collector and I need to have complete collections, I had to have them both anyway. And this one is even odder because, again, it says 700 pieces, but also it looks on the front of the box as though it's white. Like, that would have been better to me to have a white crypt. But when you look at the pieces, they're silver. So they're quite interesting, the Think Crypt, but I do have all of those, so I'm really pleased about that. I've actually got every crypt now, so that's been nice, being able to collect those. Right, I'm going to put that just at the front there. So over here to my right, I've got the ones that I still have in the boxes. And the reason for that is because I haven't done them yet. I also have 5 crypts assembled and either on the wall or in my puzzle album, and I will show you pictures of those at the end, but I'm just going to go through these just now. So this one at the back is the Silver Crypt, 654 pieces. It's the same cut as the Pink Crypt, and I got this one from a charity shop, so again, hopeful that it has all the pieces in it, but I haven't actually built this one yet. Built the cut pattern, but not the silver one. These 2 at the front, the top one is the Neon Green Crypt, and this one has the same cut pattern as the Metallic Mint and the Black Crypts. Now, the Metallic Mint and the Black Crypts I have actually done. This one I haven't. It's still sealed in the cellophane. This is one of the more recent colours that they've released, and I actually think this one would look really cool being built on top of the Black Crypt. I built the Metallic Mint Crypt first, and I did that without the guide and everything, and then I thought it would be fun to have a play around, and I built the black one on top of the Metallic Mint one, and it looked really cool. I'll show you a wee clip of it. And then I thought I would do the same and build this one on top of the black one, and I think that's just going to look so cool. Anyway, that's the Neon Green. And the one underneath the Neon Green is the Gold Crypt. And the Gold Crypt, the cellophane isn't on it. I'm not sure why I took it off, but this is new. I bought this new. It's 631 pieces, and the cut pattern for this one is the same as the Gradient Crypt, which I've also completed. So I've not actually done a crypt, a solid colour crypt with this cut pattern. I've only done the gradient. So that would really be the logical next step. Either the gold or the Think Crypt 2, which is the same cut pattern as this, but it's in that lovely purpley colour. So at some point I will do this puzzle, try and do it without the guide. And yeah, so that's the Gold Crypt. This one here I've left till last because it's quite special. This is the one that took me the longest to get hold of. It is hard to find. It's 654 pieces, so the same cut pattern as the silver and the pink, but it is called Colourful Spiral, and it's one of the few crypt puzzles that has a pattern, a picture on it. So you've also got the gradient. It's not really a picture, but it has different colours on it. It's not solid colour. This one obviously is a spiral of colourful, it's like stones. And there's also the Universe Glow, which is one of the ones on the wall. I'll go through that with you shortly. But this one is really gorgeous. I can't wait to do this. And I was so happy. My friend Matt managed to find this for me. I think he found it on Mercari, which is a site, it's like a second-hand site like eBay, but it's not here in the UK, it's over in America, and he found it and he bought it and he said, oh, I'm going to send this to you when you come over to America last year. So I brought it home from America with me. So I was so happy because this completed my entire crypt collection. The only crypt I don't really have now is a custom crypt. You can actually get custom coloured crypts. So maybe one day I'll get a yellow one or an orange one or something like that. That'd be really cool. But as far as all the actual releases go, I have them all. I have the complete collection. So now I'm just going to move over to the crypt that I have in my puzzle album and also hanging on the wall. Okay, so as I said earlier, some of my crypt puzzles are either in the album, which is here in front of me. Now this album it's really heavy because there's quite a lot of puzzles in it just now, but I have it open on the crypt. Just here on this side you can see the black crypt, which is the same cut pattern as the metallic mint and the neon green. This one is just together in here. I don't know if maybe I will do some swapping of the pieces and frame the swapped version, or if I'll just swap it out with one of the others. I have 4 framed crypts and those are just here next to me. And I didn't want to glue them because I wanted to have the choice to change them around if I wanted to, or when I do the silver one, maybe change some of the pieces around with the pink one, for example. So this is the pink crypt. This is the metallic mint. And these are up on the wall in my hallway, but I mean, I will show you a photo as best I can, but these frames, they were quite cheap and they're quite good. They're from IKEA. But the plastic covering is really, really reflective and you can't really take a decent picture without it reflecting just everything, really. So I brought them through here to try and give you a better idea of what they look like. So that's the metallic mint. Then here you've got the only one of this cut pattern, the Universe Glow, and this one actually glows in the dark. So unfortunately, where they live in the hallway doesn't get natural light at all. There's no windows off it. So in order to get this to glow, I would have to charge it, let's say, with some light so that it would glow. But at the moment, it's, yeah, it doesn't get to glow much being in the hallway, but it's still a beautiful puzzle even when it's not glowing. And then finally, we have this one, which is the Gradient Crypt. Same cut pattern as the gold and the crypt number 2, the Think Crypt. So that completes all my puzzles of this particular piece count, underneath 1,000. So now we need to move on to the 1,000 piece puzzles. All right, so I am on to my next section of this video, which is 1,000 piece Ravensburger puzzles, and I'm going to split it into 2. I'm going to start with these puzzles on my left. The ones on my left are collections, and the ones on my right are just other individual Ravensburger puzzles that I've accumulated over the years. So I'm going to start with the collections, and then what I'll do is once I've done those, I'll clear those off and I'll be able to kind of move these across because there's a fair old pile over to my right here. And it'd be good if you could see them all, but there's a few that you can't see just off the screen. I also have a whole bunch in my puzzle album, which I'm pointing at. It's in front of me, but you can't see it on the camera. So I will be opening that up and showing you some of my 1,000 piece Ravensburgers that I have in there. So without further ado, I am going to start with these. Now, this particular collection is called the Abandoned series of puzzles, and I have all but one of them. So I've built 2 of them. One of them is in my puzzle album, so you'll be able to see that when I get to it. The other one I took apart. I built it on a live stream and I took it apart. I kind of wish I kept it together now and I could have put it with my other one, but I hadn't decided at the time whether or not I was keeping them. I think I will. I just really love the Abandoned series. There is something about them that just fascinates me, and the images are just really cool, and they're fun puzzles to do. So this one at the front, this one's still sealed, I haven't done it yet. This one is the Tattered Toy Store, and the artwork is by, it says Edward Artbeat Studios. There's something sinister about these puzzles, because you think Toy Store, you think happiness, you know, perky joy and all that kind of stuff, but suddenly when it's abandoned and, you know, the toys are forgotten about and all that kind of thing, it's, I don't know, there's something a bit horror movie about it, but I don't know, maybe that's just my mind and the way, the direction it goes in. But anyway, that's Tattered Toy Store. I'm going to put these on the shelf as I do them, because I actually keep them on this shelf behind me here. Right, so now this one here is also sealed, not done it yet. This is one of my favourites. This is the Forgotten Arcade, and in a similar way to the Toy Store, it's you know, usually something you associate with fun and happiness, but this one's abandoned, and it's even got like a little clown that looks as though somebody strangled it. So yeah, it's kind of scary. It's like, makes you wonder what's happened. It makes you ask questions. But I really like this one. This was one of my favourites. I think this one actually is what first drew me to the Abandoned series. Probably one of the first ones I ever saw. And I just think it's really great. So that's the Forgotten Arcade, and this one is by the same artist, Edward Artbeat Studios. So I'm not entirely sure if they're all the same artist, actually. I will check that. Then we have this one here. I actually had to, I think this had to be sent over from America. It took quite a while to get to me. Some of them were easy to get here, and some of them were a bit more difficult to get here. Tattered Toy Store and this one were a little bit more difficult. This one is the Decaying Diner, and this is another one of my favourites. Same artist again. I think these are all by the same artist, and I really like this one. It's one of the ones that's maybe not quite as dark. A lot of the images on these puzzles are really dark, so having some where there's a little bit of brightness to them is quite nice. This one I'm really looking forward to doing. I just think it looks really cool. So that's that one. And then I have three under here. There is this one, which I feel is the least sinister of all of them. This is Deserted Department Store. I don't know what it is about a department store being abandoned or deserted, but it just doesn't quite give me the same fascination as the arcade or the carnival or the diner or anything like that. But it's still a cool puzzle. Again, same artist, and this one's the Deserted Department Store. Then this is one of the ones I have done. You can hear the pieces rattling around in here. This is Gloomy Carnival, and I built this one over the course of a few live streams. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Again, this is one of the ones where there's some brightness to it, because it's actually during the day, it's outside, but it really conjures up some thoughts of what's happened. Why has it been abandoned? You know, what's happened here to make it this way? And it reminds me of the book It by Stephen King. I was saying this during the live stream. I think because of the clown and everything, and because it's all quite dilapidated and stuff, it puts me in mind of a Stephen King novel. But really fun puzzle to build. I really enjoyed this. As I say, I wish I'd kept it together, so I'll have to rebuild it and put it in my puzzle album with the other one. But again, same artist, Gloomy Carnival. And I've just kept this on the shelf. Normally with puzzles I've completed, I would take the box off the shelf, but I've just kept it there because it fills out the gap nicely. If it wasn't there, there'd just be this gap. So I've just kept that one on the shelf. And also this one I'm keeping on the shelf because I have completed this one, but as I say, it fills the gap. So just for the sake of aesthetics, really, I'm keeping this one on the shelf. But this is just an empty box. The puzzle inside was completed. I didn't do a video on this. I built it just for leisure in the lounge. I think I used it in one of my Serious Readers light segments, and it was around about Halloween. I just thought, oh, it'd be fun to do a puzzle like this at Halloween. So this one's Hotel Vacancy. So I just double checked, and I assumed this was the same artist because all the others were, but this one says Lililia on it. So presumably different artist for this one, which is interesting. But this is another fun one. This one's quite dark. But it was fine to do. I really enjoyed it. There's lots to go at. And it was fun. It was a fun puzzle. And as I say, I've taped it and put it in my album. So I'll show you a picture of that when I come to do the album. So that is all of my abandoned puzzles. Now I'm going to move on to this collection here, which is my challenge puzzles. So I have a series of challenge puzzles by Ravensburger. And actually a lot of these were gifts. The first one I ever got was the Mario challenge puzzle. Now I don't have the box for that on the table, but what I do have is the Mario puzzle on the wall up there. So I'll get a more close picture of that. But when I recently did my video about framing and gluing puzzles, that was one of the ones I was testing it on. I put glue on it, I used Mod Podge, and I glued it to a board, a piece of MDF board, which my friend Frank had cut for me, and he also attached the wee rings and the string to the back. So now it's just on the wall, just like a picture, and it looks so cool. Now, in spite of it being hard, I really enjoyed the Mario challenge puzzle. It was really, really good. It was a gift from Matt, and Matt also bought me the other challenge puzzle that I have done, which is the Pac-Man challenge puzzle. Now I don't have the box on the shelf for that, but I have glued it. I glued it again in that same video, and I've put it in my puzzle album. So again, I'll show you a picture of that, but I'm glad I've got those kept and glued. There's something really fun about these challenge puzzles. I really, really like them. So I'm just going to take them as they come in the order that they are. So this is one of the ones that I bought for myself. It's the Looney Tunes challenge puzzle. Now, in my opinion, not all of the challenge puzzles are created equal. Some are much easier. The Pac-Man one, for example, though it was challenging, it was definitely doable, certainly easier than the Mario one, and certainly easier than a lot of these ones next to me. Look, this is another one that I feel like isn't going to be too difficult. There's loads of different colours. You do have, all the characters are wearing Bugs Bunny ears, so I guess that's the challenge element. You're going to have loads of Bugs Bunny ears that you're dealing with, but there's so much colour aside from that it's, you know, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad at all. But Looney Tunes was something I grew up watching. I loved Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, especially the ones where they're together. I loved Elmer Fudd, and I loved Marvin the Martian, and just all of them. The Bugs and Daffy movie was one of my favourite things, and I still laugh at that. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to have that in my collection. So I'm really looking forward to doing this. I think it's fun. This was another gift. Most of these gifts are actually from Matt. Matt bought me most of my challenge puzzles. This one is the Smurfs, and again, this one looks harder than that one. Definitely harder than Pac-Man. This one might even be harder than the Mario one, because with Mario you also had Luigi, and you also had Peach and Yoshi. So, and they were repeated across the puzzle. In this one, you do have Papa Smurf with the red hat, and you've got the Smurfette with the blonde hair. So there's splashes of colour, but not really as much variety as in the Mario one. Yeah, so this is the Smurf challenge puzzle. Looking forward to doing that one. Then this one, I think this one's going to be deceptively difficult. This one is the Animal Crossing's puzzle, and it's basically the faces of most, if not all, of the villagers from Animal Crossing. And I mean, the faces are small enough that there could be one per piece, and I really think that this is going to be a case of pick and place building. Pick up the piece, find the face on the box, and place it down. I don't think this is going to be easy at all, and I don't think it's going to suit my style of puzzling. I'm not really a pick and place puzzler at all, but I think that's going to end up what I have to do. But it is a challenge puzzle, so, you know, it's going to be that way, isn't it? But it looks fun, and I think it's going to be cool looking when it's completed. I like gaming puzzles as well. You know, the fact that I've got a Mario one and a Pac-Man one. I've got a Minecraft puzzle, which I'll show you shortly. And yeah, I think gaming puzzles are really good fun. So that is another one, again, another gift from Matt. This one here is one I bought for myself. I brought this back from Newmarket last year when I went for the UK Nationals last year, which was before the first official UK Nationals that we had this year. So it was the Gibsons sponsored competition, which they've actually just held this year. I wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. But in Newmarket, where that takes place, they have a toy shop and they have quite a lot of puzzles. And it was walking distance from our hotel, so we went in and this one was on offer. It's the Batman challenge puzzle. And again, looks quite hard, but you've got a few of the bat symbols. You've got words like splat and boom and, what's that say? Blum? Blam. It says blam. And pow and stuff like that. So again, probably not the most difficult. I don't think I own the most difficult ones. I think the most difficult ones are the Stormtroopers and the Pikachu one. And there is actually a Pikachu puzzle that's, I don't know if it's classed as one of the challenge puzzles, but it's actually a shaped Pikachu puzzle that looks so solid. It looks really hard to do. And I have no desire to build the challenge puzzle one, but the one that's shaped, there's just something about the fact that it's shaped like Pikachu. It's really cool. So I might get that one eventually, I don't know. But certainly that is one of the hardest, the Stormtroopers, and there's also a My Little Pony one that looks really difficult too. But anyway, that is Batman. And the last challenge puzzle I have is this one here. This one looks super tough. It's the Stitch challenge puzzle, and I did not choose this for myself. This was sent to me by Ravensburger, UK, among a few other puzzle gifts that they sent me last year. When I'll get around to this, I don't know, but I took it out of the box and thought, oh dear. So that is my Stitch challenge puzzle. And that leaves me with one last collection, and that is this collection here. Now I'm just going to take this off and I'm going to put the lid on because that's just the lid that was standing up there. These are Lord of the Rings puzzles. And they are unique because they are in octagonal shaped boxes. I have seen pictures of these puzzles before. I've seen pictures of the boxes and things, but I don't see them very often. And whenever they come up, I think, oh, that's really cool. They're actually round puzzles. They're not even octagonal shaped. They're round puzzles, but the boxes are octagons. I don't know quite why Ravensburger did it that way, but they're just really cool. And I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings, which, you know, if you've watched my channel a long time, you will already know. I have all the 2,000-piece Lord of the Rings puzzles as well by Ravensburger, but we're not in that video yet, so I will show you them in the other video. But yeah, basically what happened was I received some puzzles as a gift from one of my members, Kathleen, and in with that box of puzzles was this one here, which is this green one, which is the Fellowship of the Ring, and this one here, which is the Return of the King. So that one's blue. So I had the first one and the third one, and I thought, well, oh, it's not going to sit well with me just having two of them, and especially not having them consecutive. So I set about looking for the two towers, which I have here. This is the red one. And the two towers I bought off eBay. It wasn't too expensive. I thought it might take me a while to find because I just don't see them very often, but I've not been actively looking, so it doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't available. There were one or two used ones available on eBay, and this one apparently is complete, so hopefully that's true. And so now I have all three. Now I'm just going to let you in on a wacky idea I had with these puzzles. I actually thought about mixing them all and then building them all as like a challenge. I thought that would make for an interesting video and it would make for an interesting challenge. I could probably lay all three puzzles out on this table. So it'd be cool to do it on the board with the camera up on the ceiling. And yeah, see if I can rise to the challenge of mixing the three circle puzzles and building them all. What do you think? Do you think that's just a lunatic idea, or do you think that would make for a fun? Do you think that would make for a fun video, or both? Is it a lunatic idea and would make for a fun video? I'm inclined to go with that one. So yes, they are my Lord of the Rings collection of puzzles, and I think they're cool looking boxes. But there's a drawback to them, in my opinion, and that is that because there are so many corners on these boxes, because of the octagonal shape, there's like, it makes them not feel very sturdy. You know, there's just like all these joins, and it makes them so the way the cardboard is, it sort of folds into each other and overlaps, and it just makes them feel a bit wobbly and not very sturdy. And there's also the fact that they don't store quite as well as the rectangular boxes, but they do look really cool. So that's them. And that means I'm now going to move over to these. But before I do, I'm going to just sort of rearrange a bit so that you can see them a little better arrayed in front of me. Okay, so I've rearranged a little bit. So hopefully you can see these a wee bit better now. There's no particular collection or sort of group element to these. There's a few speed puzzles which I could potentially group together, but I don't know. I probably won't because they're all from different competitions over the years. So I'll start with this one because it's just the closest to me. This one is a Dean McAdam Ravensburger puzzle. It's called Busy Birdies, and it looks just really colourful and vibrant. There's a bit of a kind of a gradient background, and you've just got all these different birds in the trees doing their own thing. You've got the owl who's reading, and there's another bird there doing target practice, one having a bath there. So it looks really fun. And Dean McAdam is an artist I haven't actually built yet with Ravensburger or any other puzzle company. So I'm really looking forward to trying a Dean McAdam puzzle. So that's that one, fairly recent one. This was a gift. And yeah, I can't wait to do this one. This one is called Paddington in Peru. And I think it might have perhaps come out when the most recent Paddington movie came out. This one was a gift from Kathleen. So the puzzles that I just showed you, the Lord of the Rings ones, this came in a box with those. And I actually didn't know it was coming. I knew the Lord of the Rings puzzles were coming, but I didn't know this was coming. There were a couple of surprises in that box, which was really lovely. So thank you, Kathleen, for sending this. This one looks fun, but it looks quite hard. All this kind of green in the background and the water. But we'll see. I'm sure I can rise to the challenge. So that is Paddington in Peru. This one is a portrait Ravensburger, and it's a cool image. It's just a really cool image. As soon as I saw it, I liked it. It doesn't look that easy, but it's because it's quite dark, but it's called New York in Neon. And I think it kind of has to be dark so that you get all these neon colours in contrast. It's very sort of pinks and purples, neon pinks and purples. And it's lovely. It's a really lovely puzzle. It's by Pablo Domingo. And yeah, this one was a gift as well. So I'm looking forward to doing this. I think it's going to be really good. So now we're going to move over to this one. This one is called Birdie Seasons, although the title on the side of the box just says I Like Birds. I Like Birds is artwork by Stuart Cox, and it's kind of a series. I actually have another one, a 500-piece I Like Birds puzzle. So you can see similarities in the artwork, and obviously there's a bird focus on it. Birdie Seasons makes sense because what you've got essentially 4 quadrants, and each one represents a season. And then in the middle, there's a wee bird in the bath. And it's just lovely. It's really bright, nice, vibrant puzzle. It looks like it's going to be really fun to build. And this one was a recent gift from Richard, who sent me a few puzzles. So thank you for that, Richard. I'm really looking forward to building this one. Now, a lot of puzzles were gifts. So if I don't always mention that they were gifts, you know, because I really am appreciative of everybody who sends me gifts, but it just to sort of give a blanket thank you in case I miss thanking anyone for any one of these gifts. I've just, you know, sometimes I forget to say, but you know who you are and you know I appreciate you. So let's move back over here. So this one is it's a new jigsaw. It was one of the puzzles that was used in the US national competition. I think it must have been one of the team puzzles because it's 1,000 pieces. This is another Dean McAdam. So I have 2 Dean McAdams now, but I haven't done either of them yet. So he's still an artist that's new to me. I haven't built either of them yet. But it is really similar to Busy Birdies, but it's called Ocean Lounge. So it's like Busy Birdies, but under the sea. And there's all these fish doing various crazy things under the sea. I think I would have been chuffed to bits to get this puzzle in a competition. But it's called Ocean Lounge, and it's by Dean McAdam. Go back over here now. This is just cool. Like, there's no other word I can use to describe this. It's a cool cool puzzle. So it's a holographic puzzle, and with this here, the image is like a separate piece of card stuck to the front, and you can see the holograph. I'll try and capture it in a photo. It's not always easy to capture in a photo what you're seeing in reality, but it's actually stuck to the box. It says here collection exclusive. So this is obviously like a line of puzzles that Ravensburger did. And it was the only one I've got in that collection. It's called Dream Car. And I believe it's a DeLorean. It looks like a DeLorean, and you've got the doors that go up the way. And I mean, it looks like it's straight out of a scene from Back to the Future, to be honest. But I'm really interested to see how I'm going to manage this puzzle, because it doesn't look easy. And I'm wondering if the holographic pieces are going to make it harder or easier. I don't know, but it's just such a cool image. I just, this was a gift, and when it was offered to me, I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a go at that. It looks really fun. The artist is Walter Pepperl, and it's from 2004, so it's a fairly old one. But I can't wait to give that a try. So now moving back over here, I've got more over here now than I have over here. So let's get this piled down a bit. We've got this one. This is one of my gifts that I got from Ravensburger UK. Came along with the Stitch puzzle as well. And it's called Snow White and the Seven Gnomes. It's a Demelza Horton puzzle, and as such, I love it. I love the image. I really like Demelza Horton's artwork. This one's really bright. Demelza Horton, I feel, has a lot of kind of pastel shades in her puzzles, but this is one that's just different in its brightness, I would say. Not that the others aren't beautiful, it's just that they're a bit more kind of subtle pastel colours. So I'm really looking forward to doing this. I think this is going to be a great fun to put together. Then over here we have another puzzle from the US Nationals. From this year's US Nationals, I've been really fortunate to be gifted some puzzles from that, because I would not have been able to get hold of them otherwise, because they're only available in the US at the moment. But I got them as a gift from Clark, who kindly sent some over to me. I've got a couple of 500-piece puzzles as well, actually one from US Nationals and one from the Canadian Nationals. So it's been great to get hold of some puzzles that wouldn't otherwise be easy to get hold of over here. This is a Nathaniel Mortensen, and again, like Dean McAdam, love his images on Ravensburger puzzles, but just never tried one yet. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why I've never got around to it yet. But this one drew me instantly. It's called Charmed Cottage, and it looks like Bilbo Baggins' house from Lord of the Rings. It's got a round door, although the door's blue, but it's round. It's set in amongst all these fields, kind of like the Shire, because the door's open, you can just see through it. There's a witch's hat, there's an owl, I think there's a wee dragon in there somewhere. It's got all that fantastical stuff, and I love it. I absolutely love the image on this, so I can't wait to try this Nathaniel Mortensen puzzle. Then we've got this one. This one is by Lars Stewart, and it's called The All Seasons Flower Shop. It's not usually my kind of image that I would choose, but it's a lovely image, very bright and colourful, and like with a lot of puzzles that are sent to me that I wouldn't necessarily choose to do for myself, I likely will end up just really enjoying putting this together. And it's nice to be sent things that are different to try, because, you know, I never would have tried it otherwise, if that makes sense. Anyway, I will get round to this eventually. It's really pretty, and that was one of my gifted ones. Okay, so now I've got an equal amount in the pile, and in fact, I'll do this one because the remaining ones are all speed puzzle related ones. So, but not this one. So this one is still sealed, and I got this from a charity shop. And now I love wolves. It's called Arctic Wolves, and I love wolves. So this is totally a picture I would try and I would do. But, you know, it wasn't really on my radar. But when you see a sealed Ravensburger in a charity shop and it's £3, you're going to buy it. You're going to buy it, aren't you? So this I'm not sure when I will get to, but yeah, because it's been on my shelf for a little while. But I love the image. It looks really hard, but I love it. And it's got wolves on it, and I think it's going to be, I think it's just going to look lovely. But I just thought that was a bargain, £3 for a sealed Ravensburger. So let's bring these together. and talk about them a little bit. So I'll do this one first. These are all puzzles that have featured in the World Jigsaw Puzzle competition at some point. These were all from the same competition. This one was from last year's. So this one is the Valladolid puzzle, and I think it might have been the Pears final puzzle. And I have built it, actually. I live streamed this one. It was really good fun to build. Quite easy, but really fun. The only thing is I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it now, because I don't feel the need to tape it. I don't feel the need to keep it necessarily. I think I might have done if I was actually at that Worlds, but I wasn't there, so I don't feel the need to keep it for nostalgia's sake. I'm just thinking I probably won't build it again. So what I may do is pass this one along at some point, but it is still in my collection because it's taken me a while to kind of come to that decision, and I'm not sure yet if I want to let it go. These puzzles all featured in the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships 2023, which is the one that I was at. These two, now then, this one actually came back with me. This is the one we built for the team's final. It's called Puzzle People, and we were divvying up the puzzles and things, Donna, Louise and Jeanette and Juby and I, and this was one that I wanted. I enjoyed building this puzzle as a team. I thought it worked really well as a team puzzle. I liked the image, thought it was fun. So they were all fine with me taking this one home. I haven't built it again since I got back, but I would like to build it again at some point. And as I say, there's a wee bit of a nostalgia there with this and memories surrounding it. This one I built, or half built, in Spain. This was the Pears final puzzle that I did with Juby, and it is called Boston 2189. Called Boston 2189 by Jack Otanio. This one isn't actually the one we built together. It's still sealed, but I kind of regretted not having it, not bringing it home with me. I think Juby might have taken it, although I could be wrong about that. I can't really remember. And Juby was kind of just doing some general travelling. So Spain was only one leg on her journey, so I don't think she wanted to take too many puzzles. But I definitely didn't take this puzzle either. So for whatever reason, I didn't take it away with me. And I regretted it because I really loved the image. It was a pig to speed run, and we didn't finish it. I mean, it's hard, but it looks like a really fun puzzle just to do, just for leisure, because it's so bright, there's all these patterns. It's just fun. It's a fun looking puzzle. And this one was sent to me by Alfonso. There were a few that I didn't bring back with me that I wanted to bring back, but I mean, I just did not have the space to bring all of them back. And as it was, I was already kind of overloaded. So this one was kindly sent to me by Alfonso along with a couple of others. So I'm looking forward to doing that, but it has been sat sealed on the shelf since 2023. So yeah, again, when I'll get around to it is anybody's guess. These ones featured at the 2023 Worlds, but I did not bring these back with me from Spain. These were actually gifted. So this one, you might recognise. It's called A Day in Paris, but we know it as Orange Hell. Now, it's a panorama, and we chose to do this puzzle as part of our team prelim round, and it took us so long to finish that we weren't able to finish the second puzzle, unfortunately, although we came very close. Now, we weren't the only ones caught out by this puzzle, such is the reason why it's called Orange Hell. It caught a lot of people out. But we did still get through to the finals. We thoroughly enjoyed the puzzles that we got in the finals, but this one, I never brought it back. We all kind of had bad memories of it. But somehow I ended up with it again. This was gifted to me along with this one, which is kind of like the brother or slash sister puzzle to this one. It's also a panorama, and this one's called Berlin at Night. Now, it's the same kind of idea, same artwork, although it just says Shutterstock on the side of the box. But this one looks a lot easier. This was one of the other team puzzles options, but it wasn't an option for us for our round. So I think this one would have been way more manageable than this one. There is more going on in the sky. There's clouds like in this one, but there's also stars and as well as balloons, and the spires and towers and things go further up into the sky on this one. So this one I haven't even tried. So yeah, those were the last two I had to show you. But I haven't quite finished yet because I have my puzzle album to show you. Now, it's hard to see from this angle of the camera, but I'm going to just open it up and show you how it works, because a lot of people show interest in my puzzle album. Basically all it is a really big folder with sleeves in it where you can put puzzles. It's a 50 by 70, so a standard 1000 piece puzzle size folder, 50 by 70 centimeters, I should say. So most puzzles, most 1000 piece puzzles will fit in here. Some are a bit smaller, some are a bit bigger. It depends on the brand often. But I've been wanting one to keep my puzzles in that I want to keep together, but that aren't necessarily taped, although there are some taped puzzles in here. Now I'm just going to open it up and I'll describe them as I open it up, but what I'll do is I'll put pictures up as I'm talking about them, because as I say, you won't be able to see too well from that angle. So I will open it up for you and I will show you. So this one here is a Ravensburger that I have built. It's glued, so this was easy to get in. And it is the Pac-Man challenge puzzle that I was talking about earlier. Then we have this one here, another 1000 piece Ravensburger. This one is called Minecraft Mobs, and I referred to this earlier when I was talking about the Animal Crossings puzzle. It's a gaming puzzle. I actually really like Minecraft. The last few days, funnily enough, I've had a wee flurry of playing it. I just have always enjoyed Minecraft, and I thought this one was really fun. I built it sort of end of last year, kind of right before the end of the year. And I just did it for fun, and it was really, really good. So that's the Minecraft Mobs. Ah, this one. Okay, so this is Hotel Vacancy. Again, I referred to that when I was talking about the abandoned puzzles. This one I decided to tape because by the time I had done this one, I kind of just thought, yeah, I think I want to keep those, and I taped it. Unfortunately, Gloomy Carnival, I took it apart because I hadn't decided that yet at the time, so I'll probably have to put Gloomy Carnival together again, but this one is safely in the file now and it's taped. This one is 2000 pieces, so this one's for a later video. This one, okay, so this is one of the ones that isn't taped. It's just together in the album. So this is sitting on a piece of card and it's Flying Home by Colin Thompson. I just very recently did this on live streams on a Thursday. It was really fun. It's quite hard to find now, and I would like to keep it. I like Colin Thompson images, and I've enjoyed every single one I've done. This one I think is fairly rare to get hold of, and it was gifted to me from my members in America who live in America. And it was sent over alongside my two other Colin Thompson puzzles, the Seacos that I've shown you earlier in the video. So I want to keep it. I like it. It's quite rare. It was a gift. Various different reasons. But I don't want to tape it just yet. It may be at some point that I will. But it wouldn't surprise me if I decided to do this puzzle again at some point, and which I can't, well, it's not as easy to do when you tape puzzles. So this one's just in here, just loose for now, like non-taped. And we'll see what I decide to do with it. But yeah, really, really fun puzzle, really fun. Now I've got a few empty sleeves here. This is the Black Crypt that I've shown you already. That's a piece of the card. There's no puzzle on the other side of this. So that's just a piece of the card that I've put in. That's Grace on the puzzle shelf. That's my Star Wars puzzle. Ah, okay. So this is the last Ravensburger puzzle that I had to show you that's in my puzzle album. And this is another one that I haven't glued, basically because it's a limited edition. And I don't know if I want to glue it or tape it and just kind of take it out of circulation, I guess. Not that I'm really considering handing it on to anybody else. We'll see. I'm not sure. We'll see. This album really is a good, like, I'm not sure what to do with my puzzles album. So they go in here when I'm just not certain, and but I don't want to take them apart yet. So this is the limited edition Ravensburger anniversary puzzle that I got as a gift from Alfonso when I went to Spain in 2023. Myself and Jeanette and Donna Louise built this as part of a bonus Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers. It took me quite a long time to build. It's harder than it looks, I think. But it's very limited. There were only so many made. So again, it has kind of a rare element to it that makes me want to keep it as well. And it's just a bit of nostalgia. It's a memory, you know. I've built this with Donna Louise and Jeanette. We all brought one home from that particular competition that we all went to. And yeah, it gives me fondness. It gives me fondness to have it still in my collection. So that is the last Ravensburger that's in this album. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the puzzles in this piece count category so far. Please do tune in on Sunday for such beauties as this Clementoni Colour Boom puzzle and these two Hey 1500 piece puzzles and many more. As for this video, I would love to hear your comments. Please let me know what you thought of all the puzzles. Which one was your favourite? I'm going to leave links in my description to both my Amazon storefronts. I want to add as many puzzles as I possibly can that I've shown you in these videos to the storefronts. So if you usually do your puzzle purchasing from Amazon anyway, and you like the look of any of these and you want to go buy them, please consider using those links. I get a small commission from the sale and it doesn't cost any more for you, but it all helps me and the channel. Also in the description are links to all the videos that I've done in the past that I have referenced in this video. There are a few puzzles in my collection that I've already done videos on, and if you haven't seen those yet, or if you did see them but you fancy going and having a wee revisit of those videos, then they'll all be linked in the description. And lastly, you will also find an invite link to my Discord server. Feel free to join that if you would love to be part of a lively and thriving puzzle community. And if you happen to be a member of Vicky Makes and Builds as well, don't forget to link your YouTube account to your Discord, and that gives you access to a members only channel in there as well. For now though, I would just say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to tune in on Sunday to see even more of my collection. And for now, I will say happy puzzling, and I'll see you next time. Bye!